Okay, so not only is it bloody boiling, that's enough to depress me, The Sun have decided to release another article talking about the failure and the curse that is Doctor Bloody Who. And they say, nothing new. Literally nothing new. About 3 months ago, they made an article explaining how it's difficult to get a 16th Doctor, how the BBC is struggling to get someone new to play the Doctor because they see the role, all actors, every actor ever sees the role as a poison chalice, which is just a load of toss. Right, let's jump into the article. I'm going to read you through it, and then I'm going to shut it down. Immediately, I knew this article was a load of toss because it's written by Rod McPhee, who has done the articles before, dogging on Doctor Who, saying, this show's woke, this show's woke and cancelled and ugh. And like, fair enough if you don't like it, and because you think it's woke, whatever the frack that means, but the show is coming back at Christmas time. It is. Right, before we jump in, let me say one more thing. On Twitter at the minute, there are people who are adamant that the show isn't coming back at Christmas time. They are adamant that there's been some sort of cancellation behind the scenes or some axing, which is also what this article alludes at. It is just waffle. The show will be back at Christmas. It's not like the Sidemen announcing a charity football game next year and then nothing being progressed for it. Before they announce it to us, they will have made sure that, I assume Billy Piper will be available. They'll make sure there's enough time for pre-production, shooting and post-production before their deadline. All of that will be made, it will have been made sure to be happening before they announce it to us. We don't come first. They don't go, let's please the fans before we make sure we can make the thing, and then scramble and panic because we can't make the thing before Christmas time. They will check all that before us. If they couldn't afford or couldn't make a Christmas special this year, we would still be in the dark right now. And they would probably come out this Christmas and be like, a Christmas special is coming next year in 2026. But they didn't. They said there's a Christmas special coming this year, which means they can afford to do it. I don't blame people online for freaking out because they're very quiet at the minute and nothing really is going on. But you have to understand, man, it's TV. They will have planned it before. It will happen. Watch it not happen now, and this will come back to bite me. Anyway, back to this article. 7 months ago, Lindsay Salt, BBC Director of Drama, said she was delighted writer Russell T Davies had agreed to pen a festive show for 2026. But bosses are now turning to Billy Piper, who played the Doctor's companion Rose, taking centre stage in the special that would air at Easter 2027. So, whatever the frick this means, what? Where's this come from? I know I normally half-ass articles, but what the frick does this mean? Anyway, an insider said, despite reassurances that the show would be back on our screens with a new series, there's been no confirmation from execs about when that will be. Do you want to highlight it, please? And then proudly announced that the Doctor will be making a comeback in this year's Christmas special. It doesn't say that. It says the Doctor Who will be back. We don't actually know if there's going to be a Doctor in it. So the whole, they can't find a 16th Doctor thing, doesn't actually need to happen because there's loads of drafts of the script, and I assure you, one of them probably doesn't have the Doctor in it. So, yeah, anyway. Now, with less than 7 months ago, that looks like it's hanging in the balance too. The problem is that they have found it difficult to find anyone who'll take on the part of the 16th Time Lord, partly because it now feels like a role that comes with all the baggage of the most recent series. There are fears that even if they do manage to pull something together, it is going to be a poor cousin to the previous Christmas specials, which have always been adored by fans. No, there's a lot of Christmas specials that fans think are toss. I like all of them, but I'm in the minority with a lot of things. They have found it difficult to find anyone to be the 16th Time Lord, partly as it feels like the role that has all the baggage. Just repeat yourself, that's interesting, isn't it? Announcing the festive show 7 months ago, Lindsay Salt, Director of Drama, said the BBC remains fully committed to Doctor Who, which continues to be one of our most loved dramas, and we are delighted that Russell T Davies has agreed to write us another spectacular Christmas special. The BBC did not comment. Yeah, because there's nothing here. There's no new news. This is just resurfacing some stuff that happened a couple of months ago. I can't be asked to find the old article, but if I could, it's the same thing. This article is the same thing as it was. It's just boring now. I'm bored of hearing the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again. The main thing this said is that the Christmas special is going to be delayed until Easter 2027, which isn't even that much of a difference. So if they said it's going to be delayed till 2027, I think, right, maybe there's some logic in that, but delaying it by 4 months, What do you think they're going to be able to do in those extra 4 months that they won't be able to do now? Big sources, big reliable sources, say that shooting starts in September and ends in late October, early November. Pre-production or post-production can happen alongside the shooting. You shoot for a day, you edit that day. You shoot for another day, you edit that day, etc. You don't have to wait for shooting to wrap to get it all together. And I know it's the classic thing that I've always said of like, well, the Return of Dr. Mysterio is in September, Time of the Doctor was filmed in September, blah, blah, blah. Yes, the show may take more post-production time now, but they haven't got the Disney bucks, so maybe it won't. And we don't actually know... Sorry, what the frick was up? We don't actually know what the story is. You know, if we knew the story was going to be some mad, like, Star Wars fighting in spaceships, it could just be a bottle episode inside the TARDIS, for all we know, and they could film that in a week. So, we need to just stop thinking in our heads and just let it play out. I know it's annoying. It's more annoying for me because I post videos every day on YouTube talking about Doctor Who and there's nothing to talk about. I thought by now there'd be trailers and teasers and behind the scenes photos I could be analysing. There's nothing. Nothing. So, all I'm saying, right, we need to just hold our horses. Just, I know it's hard. I know a lot of people have lost faith, but we need to just put trust in the guys making it and they will come out with the special this Christmas. They will do that. The chances of it being delayed are so much slimmer than you think they are. They're not impossible, but I think chances are we're going to get an episode of Doctor Who on Christmas, on TV this Christmas. 100%, in my opinion. Stop worrying. It'll be fine. I'm reassuring you. Anyway, all I'm saying, take everything the Sun says with a pinch of salt. They might be right here, but and the other thing they said was that they can't find a 16th Doctor actor. Load of bollocks, right? Sorry for swearing. A load of waffle. There are so many actors out there who want to be the Doctor, and they aren't going to go, ooh, that show was a bit woke recently, so I'm not going to do it. If they can get people to come back after Jodie's era, which was far, I don't care what anyone says. Look, Chris Chibnall, you're a lovely man, and again, I'm going to try and stop hating on your era. But your era, fundamentally, written down, was worse than this Russell T Davies 2 era. People online are acting like it's not. Do you know why? Because it's in the present now. I did a video about this 6 months ago, explaining how Doctor Who in the present feels like the end of the world, but then actually, when you move on, it's fine. Like, for example, when The Timeless Children aired, I wanted to bash my head into a brick wall. But then, I saw 73 Yards and Dot and Bubble, and I was like, bloody hell, this show's great again. You know what I mean? So, and now, I don't really have that much hate towards Jodie's era anymore, because it's gone. It's in the past. It's just something that happened once. And once upon a time, no, as in the future, there's going to be a bloody new showrunner and everyone's going to go, this is crap, bring back Russell T Davies. It'll happen. So, you know, my point here is, what is my point? I don't even know these days. I don't know. The show's nowhere near as bad as people are making it out to be. Yes, it's a bit woke, but who gives a toss? I don't want to be one of these people who's got the boring response of Doctor Who was always woke, but it was. It was always woke. I'm going to stop waffling now because it's been a long one. But yeah, just take everything the Sun says with a pinch of bloody salt, because it's probably not true. And there's no evidence here apart from an insider said. And do you know how easy it is to put an insider said onto your article? So yeah, like I say, pinch of salt, please. But let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think it will be delayed? Do you think it will be cancelled and scrapped? Do you think the show will go on hiatus again? Bloody hope not. Do you want the show to go on hiatus? All this stuff. Do you think they are struggling to get a 16th Doctor or 17th Doctor, depending on what bloody Billy Piper is at this point? So yeah, let me know in the comments, please. Whilst you're down there, press the like button. It's much appreciated. It pushes my video out to way more people. Blah, blah, blah. You've heard it all before. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video. That's absolutely fine. Subscribe with the notification bell on. I post every single day, so if you want to stick around, that would be much appreciated, and I'd love to have you here. If you want to help me out money-wise, you can leave a super thanks in the comments. You get a shout out at the end of the next video. But if you want to get a shout out at the end of every video and alongside a load of early access to review videos and a bonus Q&A for members only, you can become a channel member. It's a little bit more expensive, but you get loads of stuff. Mainly it just helps me out though, so I'd appreciate if you could do that. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of the day. I've been Sam. I'll see you later, and ta-ra.